Hi everyone, my name is Nicole, and I'm the Legal Answers Program Manager at Illinois Legal Aid Online. You might have heard of us called by our acronym, ILEO. Thank you for watching our latest video in a series of training videos for lawyers volunteering on Illinois Free Legal Answers. In this video, I will provide an overview of the legal information forms you can find on IllinoisLegalAid.org to support your work as a volunteer lawyer on Illinois Free Legal Answers. When I present this training in person, some of the lawyers get very confused, so I want to be very clear. Illinois Legal Aid Online is a nonprofit organization where one of our main products, so to speak, is the IllinoisLegalAid.org website. However, we also have another website where we provide direct representation to clients. That is the website IllinoisFreeLegalAnswers.org. When you are volunteering on Free Legal Answers, you most likely will have two windows open in your internet browser. First, IllinoisLegalAid.org, and second, Free Legal Answers. Today's training will give a basic overview of the IllinoisLegalAid.org website. Let's get started. IllinoisLegalAid.org has basic legal information that is designed for the general public and written in plain language to make it easier for those at lower reading levels to understand. We use very few legal terms, but when we have to use those terms, we define them for the user. We also have advanced content that was written for attorneys, so may not be that helpful to the general public. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Some of this content is also restricted, and you won't be able to access it unless you have an account on IllinoisLegalAid.org, which is not to be confused with your volunteer account on IllinoisFreeLegalAnswers.org. Remember, these are two completely different websites. On the IllinoisLegalAid.org website, we have about 1,700 pieces of content, and these come in different types, such as articles, videos, and forms. There is also a Spanish version of the website. Not all of our legal information has been translated, but about 60% of it has. If you are helping someone who needs the content in Spanish, find the information in English, then toggle to see the Spanish version. Anyone can register to become a member of our site, so they can make comments on articles and bookmark pages. However, it isn't necessary for the general public to register to search the site, or really anyone for that matter. People who register choose which member type best fits their situation. As a volunteer on Free Legal Answers, you would register as a pro bono professional. This gives you access to additional information and allows you to bookmark pages. To return to the ILEO home screen, simply click on the logo in the upper left-hand corner. The chat button is what public users can click to ask one of our volunteer operators for help. Most of our volunteers are law students, and they help users find resources on the website. They do not provide legal advice, only navigational assistance to help find forms and articles related to users' legal issues. People who visit the site are often looking for court forms. Maybe that's all you need, too, in your answer to your client. So let's start there and check out the Forms library, where you will find PDFs and what we call easy forms, which I'll talk about in a minute. You will see that on our homepage we list the 4 most popular forms. In your answers, you will often be linking your client to the fee waiver form. There is a really good chance that it'll be in the top 4 most popular forms of the day, and therefore listed on this homepage. Let's look at the form library. Civil procedure includes general forms that can be used in various kinds of lawsuits. Practice resources includes the advanced content that I talked about before. Anything in this section is restricted to attorneys only. If you see this message when you try to access a form or article, it's usually because it's content for attorneys. If you have created an account on the ILEO website, then log in and you will have access to it. To find a specific form, you can browse the Forms library by area. Let's browse Family and Safety. This is where you will find information on divorce, child custody, and parentage. Click More to see the complete list of forms. These are in order of what forms are most popular at any given time, so the order may change every so often. There is no such function within the Forms library, so the best way to find a form is to use the browser search. Make sure the full list is open, and use the Find Ctrl+F function in your browser. Divorce forms are very popular. When you see the word Easy Forms, this means it's an automated form. This takes you to a page that provides basic information about the form. The qualification section explains when the user can or cannot use the program. Information needed is obviously the information needed to complete the form. Underneath here is a list of documents produced by the program, so the user can see exactly what forms will be created. A user may be looking for a specific document in this list, but they have to complete the entire program to get these documents. There is no way to print blank forms using Easy Forms. The link to the form here takes you to the Law Help interactive website because they host these forms for us. The user answers a series of questions to create the forms. The initial questions will tell the user if they are qualified to use the form. If not, it will say sorry. These are the same qualifications listed on the form page. If the user skipped that information, the program walks them through that here. It is best for the user to register and sign in to save their work so they are able to access it later if necessary. This is a different registration process than the one for IllinoisLegalAid.org. Once the user has completed the form, they will be able to print it and the form will include instructions for filing. And now that e-filing is mandatory in most jurisdictions, that'll have instructions for e-filing as well. Easy Forms are really helpful for people who do not have an attorney because they make it much easier to fill out complicated court forms. They also ensure that the forms will be more accurate because they provide step-by-step instructions to fill them out. They also won't let a user skip a required field, which they could easily do on a paper form. And they only ask necessary questions based on the information the user has already entered. The program figures out what forms the user should fill out based on their answers, so they don't fill out unnecessary forms or skip the forms they must have. That being said, some people just want a printed form. If that's the case, the user may be able to find a PDF version of a form at the local circuit clerk's office. There are also forms on the AOIC website. We take these forms and make them into Easy Forms. Any form that you see that has the words "For Lawyer" in the title will also be restricted. This one is the adoption packet for lawyers, and it is restricted. On the left-hand side here, you will see the Going to Court section. This has information that will help people understand what to expect when they go to court. It explains court basics and provides instructions for certain court procedures. Now I am done showing you the form section of the website. Next, let's go over legal information. To find legal information, navigate to the Legal Information menu. Use this menu to browse through 8 legal areas. All information is categorized into these 8 areas. This is a drop-down menu. If you click on it, though, you are just on a landing page that lists the same 8 areas. Under Legal Information, you will see a mix of articles, videos, and forms. Let's browse the Family and Safety section and look at the divorce content. If you are browsing, keep in mind that you won't see every article we have on a topic. Let me explain. At first glance, there is a list of 10 items. If you click on More, another 40-some content pieces are listed. This content is organized and listed in order of the most popular content on the website. Let me walk you through one of the content pieces. Let's click on one of our most popular titles, Getting a Divorce. This information is broken into brief articles and short, easy-to-read paragraphs. Anything underlined with a dotted line will display a definition. Hover over the term to see the definition, or click the link to take you to the glossary. Blue Hyperlink terms will take you to other information pages or forms. When you scroll down to the bottom, there are sections with other info. These sections are standard on many of our articles. There's the Learn More section about the specific topic, the Take Action, which provides specific instructions and steps to take. In this instance, to get a divorce with or without children and how to respond to a divorce. In these sections, we also link to any forms that people will need, if they are available. We don't have every form. Otherwise, we will just list the names of the form required. If you scroll back up, on the left-hand side, there we also have a list of forms, and then related content. Some lawyers like to link to these articles directly in their answers. Others simply link to the form that the client will need. It can be helpful to link to these articles which explain the law, their rights, and the procedure for filling out and filing forms. Remember when I said that not all of our content was listed in this list. Let's go back to that list. For instance, if you go to Getting a Divorce, anything listed in the Learn More and Take Action sections won't necessarily appear in the Legal Information menu. Only the lead article appears. So if someone has a specific question about divorce process, you may want to go to this article and browse these other titles. Let's look at another example. Remember I said there is a mix of articles, videos, and forms in this menu. Let's keep browsing in Family and Safety, but look at the child support content. Videos are great for people if they can't see or read well. These videos are hosted on YouTube. Here is a video on child support establishment, enforcement, and modification. That was some of our basic legal content. Now I'll show you an example of our advanced legal content. Here is our Divorce and Custody's Lawyer Manual. Right away you can see that the layout is different, with terms like jurisdiction, venue, and references to state statutes. The content is also much longer and not written for the general public. So most public users probably want to avoid the advanced content if there is basic content available on the same subject. You can also find more lawyer manuals in another section of our website. Hover over For Legal Professionals, click on Practice Resources, and you will see a list of lawyer manuals for different practice areas. There are a few other options on our website that might not necessarily be used in your answers on Free Legal Answers, but it would be beneficial for you to know about them. Get Legal Help is where public users can get a legal referral. It is the most likely place where clients are learning about free legal answers. I'll give you a quick tutorial on how it works. If you type slowly in this box, such a topic as child support, more topics will appear that you can choose from. Let's say that our client lives in Rockford, and we will enter that zip code. Answer any follow-up questions, including household income, and then accept the terms. The system generates a list of the most likely options for the client. Depending on their income and issue, they may be able to apply for legal aid directly online through our website to one of the state's legal aid organizations. Or they may be given a referral to contact a legal aid organization or other attorney referral service on their own. In this instance, you will see that Free Legal Answers was one of the referrals. The other tool on Get Legal Help is on the left-hand side, and you see the Legal Self-Help directories. This lists all the Legal Self-Help Center locations throughout the state. There are about 180 locations on this list. Let's stick with our Rockford, Illinois client and pick Winnebago County. You can see from this list that this Legal Self-Help Center is located in the Winnebago County Courthouse. Different self-help centers have different services available. There is a description for each location. For instance, if the location has scanners, printers, printed forms, and if staff is available to help them find information on IllinoisLegalAid.org. Earlier, I briefly showed you for the legal professional section. You can see there are a lot of different things listed here. For your work on Free Legal Answers, you most likely will only be reading the lawyer manuals under practice resources to brush up on your substantive legal knowledge. So that has been an overview of the IllinoisLegalAid.org website. In another training video, I take a specific question on the Free Legal Answers website and walk you step by step through using the IllinoisLegalAid.org website to research and write your answer. Thank you for volunteering with Illinois Free Legal Answers and being the answer to a person in need.